Hey, good morning. Welcome to the morning brief. Today is Tuesday, May 12th. So, what's going on today from forexfactory.com calendar? Well, 8:15 we had ADP weekly employment change, which was 33,000 jobs. That was less than the previous week, and actually was less than expected. So, not a good number. 8:30 we had core CPI, which came in at a plus 0.4% greater than expected. So expected was positive, and it was more positive. That means there is not only is CPI going up, it's growing, but now it's growing greater than expected. CPI month over month is at 0.6%, which was as expected. Again, any positive number here is a bad thing, especially if it's above expectations. Year over year, 3.8 versus 3.7, not good. This virtually guarantees that the Fed is not going to lower interest rates anytime soon. When the market finally gets a hold of that, well, we'll see what happens. We've got a 10 o'clock, I should say after 10:30, federal chair nomination vote. They're expecting it to pass. 1 p.m. FOMC member Goolsbee speaks. 1:01 p.m. the 10-year bond auction, and at 2 p.m. we have the federal budget, a balance. At 4:30 p.m. after the market closes, we have API weekly statistical bulletin, and that is it for the day. So we got a bunch of red numbers, which were kind of ugly. We'll have to see how all of that pans out. Moving on, looking at the daily chart, we are gapping down. There was some reaction to the CPI, but not a ton actually. But looking at the gap down here, we're still above the moving averages, above the trend lines. Everything is pointing to bullish with the exception of this red arrow showing really crappy volume. Continues to be the source. Someday we're going to look back at this and go, oh yeah, they topped out. It was never confirmed by volume. There you go. So we'll see if that ever happens. Looking at the inventory, day 2, positive price action, negative inventory. 2 days in a row, negative inventory. I just don't know if they were anticipating the CPI number. I don't know if it's really starting to see people moving to the sidelines saying, hey, we're at all-time highs. Yeah, etc. We'll see what happens. Taking a look at the overnight. So you can see there was the spike down, and now it's back to about, it spiked up, then spiked down, and it's about where it was, maybe just a little bit higher than it was before. The CPI number, it did expand our range slightly to about 44 points overnight. It's about twice average for volatility's sake. You can see that for the most part, overnight, it was basically down. We'll see what happens if this trend continues into the day session or not. Stock Trader's Almanac for today is 57.1. 57.1% chance the market will be up today. That is from the Stock Trader's Almanac. Hope you have a wonderful day. Remember to subscribe and like trading. Hey, thanks for watching the morning brief. Check out my website for more information, oneononetrading.com. Take a look at the Troy levels, a trade location finder for the futures markets. Help you find those levels of support and resistance that are just so hard to find. I also do personal coaching and mentorships. So go ahead and take a look at my website, oneononetrading.com.